company. Then there was Agouron the movie. And now, there's Agouron Today, the news magazine with news bites from AI and API.
An alien with down-to-earth views.
All women, all men, we're all sexual and we're all sensual and we all have...
Look here. What happened at Seagram's when Bruce Willis went on the wagon? Some of the stories in our report and what's happening in the USA today.
Welcome to Agouron Today, the news show that answers those pesky questions that you've been afraid to ask. Tonight we'll be interviewing such people as Dr. Kate Westheimer-Welsh, who has devised a 20-part essay to answer the question, are you inhibited? Among the telltale signs, your KI has fallen to a new all-time low. Your on-off rate is measured in months rather than hours. Stay tuned for the quiz that could change your pKa.
Also tonight, Dr. Matthews, noted crystal therapist, talks about sex in the single subunit. It can't fill its active site. It has problems with communication and sex between the beta sheets. The most common TS complaints.
The new obsession of the technical age, in our exclusive story, My Life as a Mutagen, Ernie Villafranca admits, I could see an active site, I just can't help myself. I can't stop with one or two changes. I always think I can just stop with one or two changes, but I can't stop. It's worse than chocolate or sex. Can I ever settle for just plain wild type again? Is there help for sufferers such as him? Will help be available in time?
And now a word from our sponsors.
Okay. I can't say okay. My friend, I told him, if you're gonna play with that nasty virus, you gotta wear your hand condoms. You gotta practice safe science. But would he listen? No, he wouldn't listen. He had to be macho. And where is he today? Yeah, he's really macho. Remember, when you play with that virus, wear your hand condom. This message brought to you by Safety Officer General Marcia Hillman.
Practice safe science. Wear those hand condoms.
Dave Henry, resident psychologist, asks, do you feel secure? Do you need to know where you fit in? He has a plan that can give you the security you need, the comfort of knowing where you are and belong in a greater scheme.
INS special report on immigrant hiring at Agouron.
Investor information hotline.
Pudding pops.
Shella can shed some light on your diagnostic needs.
And now a word from Testes, the woman-owned and operated business that will test your compounds.
Are your compounds like rocks? Do they remind you of Kryptos? We're in Testes, there's no problem. We ice them, we slice them, and they test them. Plus no. And no extra charge will give you an MIC, plus the altitude test. Come to Testes for all your testing needs.
Good.
You've heard about liposuction. Now here's a story about lipophilicity. In our special interview with Dr. Terrence Jones, he left his lab to tell us about those greasy little molecules that can help you.
How do you spell hippopotamus? That was pretty stupid. You were just the P late. Or early.
Okay. All right. It's a great look.
Good.
I'll tell you, man, all those English people.
Okay, so I will not laugh. This is Rosanna Adams, here to talk about
Agouron and its name's problems. Agouron perhaps should have name problems. After all, Agouron was supposed to be named after Agora, meaning meeting place. Somebody got drunk, misspelled it. It means unripe fruit. So it's perhaps not totally weird that there should be some name problems and name confusions at Agouron. But our investigations showed that the problems are way worse than we ever thought before. Look at the number of people who only have first names. Dave Henry, Randy Howard, Harold Stanley. Give me a break, guys. And they're all men. What do you think that means? And then, poor Ward Smith. 2 last names, no first name. Don't you think they should get together and give up some first names, give up some last names, put them together? I'm going to let you vote on this, guys. If you want to vote yes, dial 1-900-476-8723. If you want to vote no, forget it. It's a good idea. Vote for it. What about Chin Chin Can? Chin Chin? Who wants 2 chins? Give them 1 up. Chin Chin. Look better. What about Rich Showalter? Showalter what, Rich? And would you let a man who looks like this Showalter anything? Give me a break. What about this man? Peter Johnson. We wondered, who is this John? So we investigated. What did we find? John Abel's son. This man, which tells us exactly where Peter came from the Bible. That's not the only biblical connection at Agouron. We've got the in on the biblical people. Pat Moses. Not to mention Jesus Villafranca. Jesus! There are a lot of women in this company who have some serious identity problems. I don't blame them. Look at these names. Shella Furman, Kathy Herman, Dottie Olson. Oh, look at it. Eileen Kaufman, Bowser Robinson. Give me a break, ladies. You know, I know. You're not men, you're not sons. Get with it. Change those names. What about Christoph Oppelt? How many Z's does somebody need? I mean, who can spell the name? How old were you before you could spell your name, Christoph? You could give up Z's all over the place and have no problems. You might be able to spell your name. We'd be able to spell your name. We'd be able to call you on the phone because we could ask for who you were in the phone book. You know, the lady, you call that lady on the phone. You say, I want to get the number for Christoph Oppelt in Encinitas, California. You know what she says? Who? Could you spell that, please? Give me a break, Christoph. There are at least 70 people in this company without any Z's in their name. You could share a few. Louise Rokish could use one. So could Bob Aust. A few other people. Change it, Christoph. And change it quick. So, I've written up a few rules. Any black, number 1, you're not black. I'm glad you got married. Solve that problem. So we got rules for names. Next year, you got to all change your names. Anybody who's got a totally weird name's got to change it. Rule number 1, 1 first name only, and it's got to come first. Rule 2, 1 last name, and it's got to come last, guys. How about no cute rhyming, and only 1 Z per name? Zuzana and Christoph, get with the program. And your names have got to be consistent with your sex, if you know what it is. Rule 5.
And now an update on that Rosanna Dana Adams report.
You guys, I got something more. I went. You know how I told you how hard it is to call Christoph Oppelt? You call the operator, you try and get his number. You look him up in the phone book. It's even harder. He's under D for Dr. Christoph Oppelt. J. Henry, resident psychologist, asked you. And one more thing. Arnie Hagler. You guys have all met Arnie, haven't you? You've heard him. It's a good name, Arnie.
Thank you, Rosanna. And
And that's it for this evening.
thank you for joining us here at Agouron today.
Have a nice tomorrow.